It really comes down to what question is being asked. If it's about your health, if it's about the health of for yourself looking forward, or for your children, or for your family, Invitae is providing the answers. Invitae is bringing the same genetic information that the world's experts across all disease areas, all stages of life are relying on. Indeed, we are becoming the #1 brand with these key opinion leaders and experts. We are the one providing this information. We are the company to go to.
So you are specifically looking to take DNA information, not necessarily to tell me where I'm from or where my ancestors were from, but to help me understand my own genes and the health issues or attributes that I may have. Is that the difference?
That's right. Given how fundamentally important genetic information is to healthcare, I'll throw out a statistic. Probably up to 20% of individuals in the population's primary issues with health have genetic underpinnings. That means 20% of the population, the outcomes, decisions, the costs associated with healthcare are driven by genetics. This information is too important to be ration care in healthcare, as it has historically. And Invitae, over the last 9 years, Invitae has invested heavily to solve that problem. Accessibility being the other major issue, cost, accessibility. And now, here coming up in Q2, we'll make this available in a patient-initiated format to get the same high-quality tests the world's leading experts rely on into the hands of as many people that need it.
So I note that revenues are rising, losses on an earnings per share basis are narrowing and falling. When do you expect to turn the corner into profitability, if you can tell us?
We think probably sometime in 2020, given the heavy investment we've made in the ability to drive costs down, which then allow us to drive prices down in an industry historically besieged by very high prices, very high margins. We've executed a novel business model, knowing that fundamentally the unmet need was tremendous unmet need for genetic information. So we've invested heavily in doing that. We've presented a better product, a more comprehensive product. The volume and the revenue growth speaks for itself, and the cost will come underneath it.
So you talk about cost and pricing. What is the price of one of these tests today? How much of it is typically covered by insurance, and how much has that price come down as you've increased efficiencies and cut costs out of the operation?
Yeah, it's something I'm particularly proud of, something we at Invitae are particularly proud of. When we started the company, each individual one of these tests could cost up to tens of thousands of dollars. Today, patients can get access to this information for $250 for individual pay. If they're covered by insurance, which in many cases they are, it's anywhere from $0 to $50 copay.
So what would you say to someone like me who I'm afraid of the reverse placebo effect, meaning that the more I know about what's in my genes, the more I might be sensitive to any kind of problems that suggest something that's found in there at whatever percentage chance or that is carried, it might become a real health problem for me. Do you see that effect at all as people are more aware of what's in their data? And what would I do if there was a false positive?
Right. Well, I think that certainly can be an issue in a proactive setting. So if someone's just generally curious or concerned about their health, we have the largest, most comprehensive, highest quality proactive test to answer those kind of questions. But without symptoms or family history, if you're not starting a family, if not having a child, it's an individual choice whether or not you access this information. The vast majority of our customers, the people we serve, the clinicians who care for them, have symptoms, have family history. Women starting families and interested in knowing how can genetics make sure we have a healthy mom and baby through the process. That's the majority of the tests that we run, the customers we serve. I think in time, it'll be an individual choice of whether or not to access the genetic information to look at diseases of aging later in life. And I think it'll be an individual choice.
So final question, Sean, what is the main thing that people are finding out these days? What kind of comes up on the screens a lot as a health issue? Is it a hidden issue people might have? What is it kind of the stuff we see more in society of heart disease and things like that, or what are the things being revealed?
Right, cancer, cardiovascular disease, neuromuscular disorders, metabolic syndromes, especially diseases that families. I've had personal contact with these families, bouncing around the healthcare system for years trying to get diagnosed. These are the kind of stories that this kind of stories we're solving right now, and it really is across the board. All disease areas, all stages of life. When there are symptoms and family history, Invitae is providing the answers in a way that's at unthinkable cost 10 years ago, and in a comprehensive nature. Simple, easy to use. The answers are there, really integrated into mainstream medicine.